Hey there, Deputy Sheriff 100. I was tagged by Gunwild 1 for my two favorite tactical knives. I wrote him back and said, "Bud, I don't think I can do two." And he said, "Well, do what you got to do." So I want to start out with that. My very first one is my always present with me Benchmade 2550 Mini-Reflex Auto. That one goes with me every day. Man, that is one fine knife. And yeah, it's a tactical knife. I carry that one. Also, carry this as my tactical knife too. It's a Boker Kalasnikov Automat 74. There again. That's another auto blade. Very comfortable. Both these automatics are very comfortable to use. And another tactical knife, my Sog Aegis Tini. I have two Sog Aegis. I have one the satin blade and this one the Tini blade. This one is, to me, is superior. It even feels better in your hand than the satin one. The only thing I can think of, because it's all black coated, but you can even tell the difference in their hand. And talk about tactical. The blade on that Sog Aegis, very, very thin, very, very sharp. Same way with the Boker Kalasnikov. This thing is classified as a dagger tactical when you buy it. That's how Boker puts it out. It's a dagger tactical knife, and that it is. And since those three are spring operated or spring assisted, I always carry one manual folder just in case. And for my tactical manual folder, it's the Ontario Rat 1 folder. Well, I think I've showed all these knives before, but never in a tactical review. This thing is so versatile. EDC work, but that thing's got a blade on it that won't quit, and it's a flat grind. That is a very tactical knife. So if you want to classify that. And then here's something, I'll show you what I've done. Here's my, of course I can't carry this with me at work during the day. They might frown on that, but this knife comes in a Kydex sheath. I'm going to show you some modifications I did to it in just a second. This knife is made by Muela of Spain. This knife is the standard issue for the Spanish militia. Now, we're Spanish military. All the military forces, this knife is issued to them. And this is a 6.5-inch blade, a full tang. These serrations on the top, man, you could cut a tree limb off of that. This thing is sharp right there. And what I wanted to show you about this Kydex sheath that comes with it, when you're out in the woods and as a survival knife or a tactical knife, the three things you got to have: you have to have something, one, to defend yourself, and two, to help procure food for you if you have to have it, so that takes care of that. And one thing you're going to have to need is a way to start a fire. And what I have done, this is a Coughlin's, I know you've seen it, or Coleman's. This is the little magnesium fire starter. It's got the ferrous rod right there. I've got this hooked up to a little thing, a plastic container of Q-tips. And I've got around it, it's a inner tube for a tire, but they're called Ranger bands. And the United States Army Rangers started using these. You cut them off the lengths you want so you can attach something to your knife or whatever. So on the back of this sheath, what I did, I took one of these little Coughlin fire starters, put it on here, put this rubber band, not rubber band, the inner tube on it, just rolled it up on this side. And on this side over here, I took one of these little, I know you keychain flashlights. I took the little round clip and everything off, stuck it right here, rolled a cut off inner tube right there. So you got your light. So you have a knife a way to start fire, and if you're in the dark, you have a light. And what I did, you get these little box of universal inner tubes, and you can cut them to any length or any shape and size you want. But that's what I did to this knife, because you know how many times in the past I've been out in the woods and camping out, being a tent, you have to get up and go through something, you have to find a flashlight. But here you got it all in one place. I thought that was pretty neat. And these things, they're called Ranger bands. So that's my tactical knives that I use. But I was going to try to watch this. This always fails when you want to do it on TV, or on video. See, just do a little cut and paste. You see that with that big knife? Here's the Ontario Rat 1 folder. I knew it ripped. Well, there it goes. It was doing fine a while ago, but it's still sharp. Get another piece of paper here. Hate when this happens. There we go. Sog Aegis. Man, these things are deadly sharp. Boker. Man. And my Benchmade 2550 Mini-Reflex. See what she'll do. And I keep my knives sharp like that, just for any reason that comes along. I'm ready to go with a sharp knife. I don't carry dull knives, folks. Well, that's my tactical knives. That's because beside from this one, I carry these every day of the week. I always carry this one, and then I alternate one of these three. One day it's the Sog Aegis, one day it's the Rat 1 folder, one day it's the Boker Automat Kalasnikov, and I carry two spring assists, one automatic and one manual, in case you have trouble with, you know, springs are always breaking. They don't last forever, but I always make sure that I have a backup knife on me, and that's my backup manual folder. Well, you can tell the use I've gotten out of this thing. I've carried this for, golly, 2 years, I think. And man, that thing still, I think in 2 years I've had to sharpen this thing about 6 times. Maybe not even that much in 2 year period, and I put hard work on this thing. So, there's my tactical knives, and I'm going to tag a good buddy of mine for him to show his tactical knives, a good friend of mine, Farnicus. And I'm going to tag him. So, appreciate y'all watching. Thank you very much, and see you later.